Yo, salute to the Black Goose family. As always, we are here with another episode of Fluence and Zen. Salute to my guy Zen. What's good with it, Zen? How you feeling?
Man. Happy Sunday, man.
Happy Sunday to everybody. Real quick, before we get into things, because really we don't know how long the street, any of these, we don't know how long it's going. It just depends on the day, how we feeling. But if you are good with it, just check the sound. Sound check is good, cool. If you're good with it, Zen, I was thinking we go ahead and move Fluence and Zen to Sundays. So we just have Fluence and Zen on Sundays because usually, you know what I'm saying, I don't really do much on Sundays. I don't know about you, but I feel like Sundays would be a good move, and we could probably, I would say other than this Sunday, maybe try and go a little bit earlier. I'm like tomorrow's Labor Day, so I wasn't worried about waking up, but it depends however it goes. But how you feel about that?
That's fine for me. It doesn't matter, bro. You know what I mean?
Right, so Fluence is in from now on, y'all. We're gonna hit it from Sundays from now on. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. You keep rocking with us as always.
When you had it on Friday at first, I was like, damn, this nigga trying to make that shit hard. Cause I'm like, usually plots and shit, you can have it on Friday.
Nah, I get it. Yeah, so I'm like, it makes sense. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Trial and error, but we here. Third episode from now on. It's going to be on Sundays. So salute to the Black Goose TV family. Make sure when y'all hop up in here, man, hit a like. If y'all do come up in here, that's all we need. We're trying to get in the algorithm. That's all we want. And subscribe if you're not part of the channel. And yeah. So what's good with it, Zen, man? How's your Sunday been? As always, man, let's go ahead and start it off. If you're going to rate it out of 5, what would you give it? Give me a recap. What's happening?
I guess it's been like a 3.5, maybe 4. Actually, I'll say 4 because I had a good meal today. Got me a good meal. So I'll say about a 4, you know what I'm saying? Like, no complaints, day off, we'll work tomorrow, thank the Lord. So what about you?
You feeling Labor Day weekend? Is it feeling any different this weekend?
Well, to me, I'm mad because I don't get paid tomorrow and I lose a day of work. So it's like I gotta come in Tuesday on fire. It's not gonna look good. So for me, I don't look at these days off like I like them, but it's like school. If you missed a day, you like, damn, I got 4 tests and 2 homework assignments, a paper. Like you didn't got all this work. You like, damn, when I'm here, we ain't got shit to do.
You got shit you gotta make up. It just so happens now it's we making up the money.
You feel me? That's the only difference.
Well, salute to that, man. A 4. So you said it's a 4 on a scale of 5 for the day, huh?
Yeah, I give it a 4, man. Only reason they didn't make the peak 5 is just because I feel like nothing just too extravagant happened or nothing. I mean, I guess you could always give it.
Go ahead.
4 is good. Go ahead. Yeah.
That's still a good day though. I'm like a 4, man. That's still a great day in my opinion.
Thanks though.
Salute to that. My Sunday, man. My Sunday was cool, man. I didn't do nothing much. I relaxed. I was supposed to go and help my mom move some furniture, but it ended up raining today. So she was like, it's all good. And then, I got tomorrow off. So I was like, excuse me, man, damn. I'll just come tomorrow and, I'll take care of all that good stuff. So, for the most part, what I'm saying? I ended up chilling. I watched the new episode of Raising Kanan. That was a great episode.
I'm about to watch it. Yeah. People tell me it was crazy. So I'm about to watch it.
I feel like last episode was pretty slow. I was a little disappointed with last episode, but I see why. What I'm saying, when you watch this episode, they hit you with the banker. So that was great.
It's crazy. I low key knew it was gonna be good this next episode because not only did they take that week off, but how the end of that last episode ended, how everything. Like I don't know. I'll be tuned in more a little bit detail wise when it comes to these shows more so because I'm kind of like because like with Power, I feel like sometimes I was just so lost. Like what kind of like when's it gonna pick up? And when it was slow, like why is it slow? Like I kind of
when I look at Power, I didn't watch this, the second one that they did, but at least the original Power, I thought Power was a little bit more fantasized. You feel me? You see in Raising Kanan, they're going more on a realistic side of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's not there's still some exaggeration to it. There's still some, shit part of it where I'm like, you don't really need it, but I think that's just how that particular writer writes her shows, but I feel like Power was more so to draw in, more casual people where when it comes to this particular show or even the spinoffs, I didn't see another spinoff, but they're going more on
that. Why didn't you see Ghost Book 2? Why didn't you see that?
I don't really like I don't like Tariq like that, man. So I'm just like,
oh my God. I know he's doing his job, bro.
And it's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's not on like him as the character. I just don't really like. I just don't see how we gonna be able to hold a show. It's with Tasha. She wasn't that good of an actor to me. So I'm like, I don't think it was gonna be that good.
Look, but you gotta look. But you forgot Method Man is in it, and I'm trying to tell you, Method Man cold in that shit.
Oh man, come on, chill, bro.
Look. I'm trying to tell you, the dude. What was his name, bro? He kind of looked like you. I forgot his name though. He was with that nigga.
Oh, you got
the
jokes.
Glasses that looked like Lloyd. It was you and Lloyd. Remember the dude? Not Spanky. That was the dude that looked like Lloyd.
Bro, you talking about 2-Bit? I don't look like 2-Bit, bro.
2-Bit.
I don't look like 2-Bit. That's fucked up. He darker than me too. Come on, bro.
Oh my god.
That's
anyway,
terrible.
2-Bit is in there, and he's a hell of an act. But I'm telling you, Tariq, you gotta respect him how he moving in there. Cause I'm like, I feel like second season gonna be better than the first, bro. Cause I'm like, even the first, I'm like, even Tommy came back. Like, I'm spoiling some stuff. I ain't mean to do that for anybody that ain't watch it, but I'm telling you, man, I think I like it just because I'm like, everybody hates Tariq so much. When I'm watching, I'm like, he low key can get his way up out of this shit. And it's crazy. Mary J. Blige.
Which would you say is better? Actor. Which would you say is better between Raising Kanan and the other one so far?
Well, I think it's not fair because I feel like that's the second book is a spinoff of the original Power. So I'm like, this is
like
kind of
the other show was like an original show.
Yeah, so I'm like, this one's kind of like already deep into it. Like, if you watched already the first one, you like, damn, this shit that came a long way. They just calling it book 2 because Ghost is supposed to be dead. So I'm like, it's kind of hard, but I'm like, I think they're equally good because of the stories they're telling and how one is in the future and what turned out to be. And how it started for Kanan, because Kanan made all these dudes is basically his son.
I fuck with Raising Kanan because they be showing them, no spoiler alerts, but they even be showing them like he you know what I'm saying, where he be messing up, like either like his whole entire journey, like even in this particular episode, like you know what I'm saying, he wasn't just perfect making his moves all the way up, like he made a lot of mistakes, you know what I'm saying, and I'm like, but. Which makes it more realistic, but yeah. But real quick, let me get back. Let me finish up my play real quick. Let me finish.
Oh, go ahead. In and out. Yeah.
But yeah, I watched that. Chill. I ate some food, man. I ate from. I tried this new place out, man. Got a DoorDash. It was cool, man. It was all right. It didn't really live up to potential, man. I thought it was gonna be better than what it was, but it was solid. You know what I'm saying? Ate that, chill up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Went, got a little run in, and then came back to the crib clean. Finally clean. Got some washing in. So I had a regular day. If I would just rate my Sunday out of 5, man, I'd just give it a 3. I'd give it a 3. Solid. I relaxed. You know what I'm saying? I think my shit's skipping on the skip side of the game a little bit. My bad, y'all. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. It was nothing special. Solid. Relaxed. Happy. You know what I'm saying? Might end up even being better because, you know what I'm saying, good podcast so far. And then I'm going to eat some good food. Then I don't got to wake up tomorrow. But I am good, help my mom out tomorrow. But yeah, man, that was my day. That was my Sunday. It was good, man.
Rocking with it. That's good though. 3 is still good too, man.
3's a solid. I wouldn't give it a 4 just because I felt like there was some dull points.
Only reason I gave it a 4 is because of the meal. Honestly, that meal was just.
If my meal was better, if my meal was what I expected it to be, it probably would have been there. But it was really disappointing. I was like, man, this.
That's why I said 3. You just like, it's all right.
Yeah, it didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen. Well, I'm taking some chances, but go ahead.
Well, real quick, I just want to finish my point on that book too, because why I mess with it, because you talking about realisticness, that what he did was so genius, and I'm like, I don't even know if it but I'm like, I don't want to spoil it though, because I'm like, if you watch it, you're gonna really see like what, because I'm like, with Tariq, I'm like, I give him credit because I'm like, every time there's something that looks like he ain't gonna get out of it, he somehow finessed something to get it done. So I'm like, I admire that because I'm like, he's literally keeping himself alive day by day. Like, he does not know what today is promised. But he moved like that. But he tried, you know what I'm saying? Like everything, how he deal with all the hoes that's coming, how he deal with.
I think you're gassing it. I'm gonna be 100 with you, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Because I don't got nothing else to watch. But I'm gonna give it a shot.
But I'm not gassing it though. I'm not saying it's the best thing ever. I know it's good because my mama watching it. She like, when we gonna watch? I'm like, season 2 ain't came out. Like, it's just because like. If you see the dude named Kane, he kind of like Kanan, but he more so like not is ain't like no way, chill. Man. He more wild. I'm saying that like You got to just watch it though, like just the whole dynamic. Like, don't get me wrong, some of the
I'm gonna give it a chance. Just
cheesy.
don't over. That's what I was saying, because I'm like, I bet there's cheesy moments.
But I'm just talking about Tariq.
And what I give Raising
I remember,
because I know if they're going off of Power, especially how Power ended, you know damn well it's gonna be some cheesy ass moments.
It's a little cheesy, but I'm saying, but where Tariq started and how he started and now what he's doing, it's like, damn, like he really came forward. That's all I'm saying. Like, you gotta admire the hate of the character.
Let me tell you this: the way Power ended so wildly, like the last couple of seasons was just on some wild shit. It just, you know what I'm saying, made me be like, oh, I don't know what to expect, bro. You know what I'm saying? So the only reason I ended up watching Raising Kanan, because I was like, okay, it's before, it's back in the day, it's probably, you know, they can't do as much wild shit because, you know what I'm saying, they're supposed to portray it in an earlier time. So even though they still be doing unnecessary shit up in that one, I'd be like, man, I don't understand the random sex scenes. I'm like, come on. But
they be having sex often in that.
Maybe random. I'd be like, come on. I'm like, it don't even fit nothing. But I'm like, that makes me think that bruh's probably going to end up getting capped because they try, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. That's how they try to make connection. But
I'm just saying, Tariq, where he started, bro. You know where he started, bro. Just to where he is now, like he low key baby Kanan, but he not muscle like that. He not like, you know, like.
That's
but
crazy.
At the same time, but I'm telling you, fool, watch it. If you watch it, I'm like, damn, Tariq really out here doing it like this now.
I'll watch it. And let me say this too. I also forgot to include in my day. I did watch the new episode of Titans, which, by the way, I've been disappointed with every episode of Titans so far, except this particular episode. It actually was pretty good. I don't suggest anyone to watch it, but I just want to throw it out there that they picked it up this episode. So salute to that. They only have like 4 more episodes left. That show is one of the biggest letdowns in the world, man. One of the greatest first seasons in the world, and the second season was trash, and the third season is just ruined. I'm just like, bro.
Well, I say this. I was watching this show called Hills. It's Stephen Amell's new show. I don't know if anybody out there knows Stephen Amell.
I heard about. I was skeptical about watching it just because I was like, man, I don't know, man.
I love
the acting looked a little suspect. Remember that one dude that was in that Morgan Freeman show? He was that funny dude. He had that green hair. I can't think of his name. He's in that show here. You said Morgan Freeman, bro. Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan. That's what I mean. Yeah. That's why you was looking at me like, what is this nigga?
I was like, okay, keep going.
But yeah, he's in that show, bro. And I'm like, it's a good show, bro. Don't get me wrong. Some of the stuff is a little cheesy and stuff, but that's just because of the dialogue of the characters, because they country. But like, it's really dope because I'm like, I grew up watching wrestling, so I'm like, just to see like what a smaller town that maybe is not watching WWE entertain to this type of drama. You know what I'm saying? Because like WWE, they was global. They was doing it everywhere. They was going here. Like, this is just in this town. You feel me? This city. So it's like, I like it just because it's like authentic, and it's like, you might not fuck with it. Maybe not.
Is it 45 minute episodes?
Hour,
okay. And there's 4 episodes in now. I think I saw.
Yeah, I haven't seen the 4th one, but the 3rd one, I ain't gonna lie. Every episode,
I'll give it a chance. I've been looking for some new episodes. I've been stuck on the same show. I only watch. I wait for Titans to come out, then I wait for Raising Kanan to come out. Then after that, I don't got nothing to watch. I'm just on the YouTube side of the game, man.
Only reason I fuck with it, and only reason I gave it a chance is because I seen Stephen Amell really boosting it up. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it a chance. Cause I watch wrestling, and I watched the first episode. I'm like,
did you see his movie?
Kodak?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of a little boring to me. You know, that's just me.
Yeah, man.
Not trying to say it was a bad movie.
I can't really shit on it because it was funded. So you got respect to that still, man. I was after that, and it wasn't even about the whole storyline and nothing like that. It was more so I'm like, I don't know, man. Stephen Amell sometimes, man, his acting is.
Well, I said he's a good actor in this one, bro. Like it fits his like MO, like kind of a chill. I don't want to say he's a redneck or nothing like that, but like that's how he's kind of like, he's portraying, he's like a redneck in this show, like, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like, I fuck with it just because it's like showing how somebody has a certain business or the business is in the family or something, but it's like, they're doing whatever it takes to make sure it all goes through. You know what I mean? And I think I just like that because I'm like, it shows me that I'm like, even if you got something and it's not necessarily there yet, you can still build it up as long as you believe it. You got people that believe in it. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. You might be gassing another one.
See, you saying I'm gassing, but I'm just being honest. Like, I don't need to gas these shows. Like, I'm clearly watching them, and it's hard for me to start watching new shows. Like,
That's 2 shows. That's 2 shows you hyping up. In my opinion, you talking about potentially needs Emmy nominations for these things. But okay, I'm gonna give it a chance because I don't really got nothing to watch, so I'm gonna give it a chance. But when basketball start back up, ain't that coming soon?
I think it's
an 82
November.
Season game, right? 82 season. I mean,
yeah, I think it's starting November.
Man, I ain't gonna be that interested on that, bro. Hey, my bad, y'all, about the choppy 51 out the game Wi-Fi, man. I don't know what's going on my side of the game. It's been like that a little bit lately.
I could the rain or something.
Oh, no, I'm gonna have to call them, see what's up.
But I want to ask you though, man. I want to transition from this to you saw the fights. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know the card was that early because I was waiting. I was like 5:30. I'm like,
let's talk about it.
Yeah, I wanted to get into I wanted to watch the UFC. I was like, all right, the main card will start around like 5:36. I click in, I go on YouTube. I'm like, wait a minute, this motherfucker went live already. I'm like, when did this start? I'm looking up. I'm like, oh man, they done, bro. That's crazy. I didn't know it was an early card.
It was an early card.
I was gonna get in the chat, man. I was about to get in that chat, boy.
You missed it. It was a good chat too. It was a really good chat.
I'm already knowing.
Salute to everybody, man. Every time UK has a card, man, it doesn't matter if it's boxing, it doesn't matter if it's UFC, man, it doesn't matter if it's Bellator. Y'all always show me love, man. So salute to the UK, man. Got a cool amount of subscribers from that stream. Y'all really show love, man. But it was a good card, man. It was a really good card, man. I enjoyed it. Like now, let's start with this. I had no idea either it was that early, bro. I found out it was that early because I was watching Friday night. It was a pre-show. It was the BT Sport pre-show, and they kept talking about, oh, we don't have to stay up late for this one. We able to, watch this prime time. I said, what does that mean? So when I checked it, when I woke up, it showed the time. I was like, damn, 3 o'clock. It started at 3. So actually, at first, I was thinking about not even going like streaming for it because I was like, man, I don't even, I don't got nothing. But I ended up doing it. It was good. It was solid, man. It was a good day. That was a really good day, man.
I have to ask you the question because I saw something on Instagram. And I thought, I'm like, I don't think it's just coming. I think it's crazy. Because it was Darren Till and he had lost. And I seen that when I had Googled, after I realized everything was done. And it said he's 1-4 in his last 5 fights. And then he had posted a picture of Michael Bisping and Alex Oliveira. So I guess he's trying to show like fighters have been down. My fault. There you go. So I guess he's trying to show, fighters that maybe have lost or maybe, been down or something, still overcame. My thing was, I'm like, you can't compare yourself to Michael Bisping on any level. Because I'm like, that man, it has resiliency, man. You know what I mean? I'm like this man for the last 4 fights, bro, I'm just like, he just looked crazy in there to me, bro. Like Wonder Boy is probably the last time he looked like somewhat of a prospect. And even then he missed weight. But even then missed weight, you know what I'm saying?
So think about the weight class. Think about that weight class. Think about when Darren Tills looked the best. Darren Tills looked the best at 170, right?
Yeah.
He's went up to 185. He hasn't really looked that good. Yeah, he beat Castellum, but a lot of people say that he lost to Castellum. You know what I'm saying?
We watched that fight. I remember that, and we was just like, I guess Till maybe could have won, but we didn't. We was live time.
Not much happened. Yeah. It was a boring fight, and I think it comes down to Castellum just respect these bigger guys. They have more power. They're stronger. Like, for that fight, I picked right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was asking to pick. A lot of people was for Till in the chat. I was the only person I said I want to go for Till. If Till wins, it's probably going to be inside him. I was like, I had Brunson winning. I picked Brunson winning, but I thought he was going to win by lay and pray. I thought he was just going to wrestle and he was just going to win all 5 rounds. I thought it was going to be boring. And the way he won, I thought it was so. It's crazy though. He's getting a lot of criticism. He's getting a lot of criticism and disrespect, basically saying it was still a boring fight. I was like, that fight was amazing.
I ain't seen Derek Brunson submit nobody lately, so I'm like, that's a great fight. That means he figured out a way to use something in his advantage, and he keyed on it. Because I'm like, he didn't want to get into necessarily a fist fight with Darren Till, so he's like, all right, I'm gonna work my advantage. I'm gonna give him a little show on the feet a little bit, and then bam, I'm gonna get him where I want him. He worked that for 3 rounds and got it done. I don't get why that's boring about that. But it's the same thing with DC. Go watch DC's fights. Those one ain't really boring to me. If you watch, I'm like, damn, he really. But you gotta, if you're not in that art and you don't understand what he's really doing in there, and you know, these dudes that are not getting the love at the same time, not necessarily like, you know, big time guys. Like nobody's big hyped off Brunson. You know,
yeah, they wanted to win. There's a lot of them are just salty fans saying that, really.
But see, only reason people want Till to win is because people think he was going to be the UK Conor, talking that shit, come here, all that other shit, and then he got his ass beat up 4 out of the 5 times. And it's like, bro, this man never lost no 3 in a row, 2 in a row, like never that. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, and I just feel like this man. And I'm not trying to act like this man is the greatest fighter. But I'm like, Darren Till, to me, I'm like, I feel like this man always seemed like he got better. Even if he would lose, it's like, all right, well, you can see he's getting better. He's getting better. Like, Darren Till, I feel like he's going on a decline.
Real quick, let me say this, though, real quick. Even on all the points that you made, let me say this. I think the biggest difference that a lot of people are just leaving out is Bisping didn't have trouble figuring out what weight class he had to belong. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And I'm like, when you look at it,
at middleweight, he knew he.
And then when you look at Till, he was at 170, and he had a lot of advantages at 170. He was the bigger guy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when who he was fighting, he had longer reach against a lot of the time. He was taller than a lot of. He had all this. He had more power than a lot of guys. When you go up to 185, all that changes. Like he fought against Derek Brunson, who had a 4-inch reach advantage against him. A lot of people don't know that. And then as soon as he was able to get that double leg takedown, you saw how much stronger he was. When he had him on the ground, he was just that much stronger. And you seen what Tyron Woodley was able to do to him on the ground. So think about what these bigger middleweights are going to be able to do on the ground. And that's what I saw. I didn't see it finish. I didn't predict that in any type of way, but I was like, there's no way Till's going to be able to keep that. Now, Brunson is susceptible to being hit. You know what I'm saying? He does not have that great defense. He has bad tendencies, and he's out there. But, you know, we found out whether or not Till's power carries up to that middleweight division. And as of now, it hasn't, because he hasn't knocked anyone out. He hasn't finished anybody.
So this is the question. Where does he go?
Where does Till go?
Who does he fight? Where is his place in the UFC now? Because in the last 3 years, he hasn't been anything.
If I was Till, I would relook at what weight class I want to be in if I want to be successful. He's in the same situation that Kevin Lee is in. We can talk about that too. Him and Kevin Lee are in the same exact situation.
Man, I was so disappointed when I seen that fight, bro. I was like, damn.
They both got to figure out whether or not.
When did he fight? Remember we was at Miss Sharon's and we watched that fight. Remember we was turned because when he had knocked that boy out.
Lipsy.
That was
what, a year and a half ago?
What weight class though was that?
That was 170.
See what I'm saying?
He ended up going, that was 155.
So he ended up going to 170. Talking about it took 2 years to transition. But I'm just thinking, like, what did you leave that 155 for? Your reach was your advantage in that division. Your length and your
every fight that Lee has had at 170, he's lost. He hasn't had any success because he's in a weird situation when it comes to his body frame. Like he's not the tallest guy. He doesn't weigh the heaviest, but he has a really long reach. He has at 5'9", his reach is 79 inches. Like that's crazy. Or 77 inch or something. 77.
Something like that. He got a long reach.
But what sucks, he doesn't fight in the manner of what can utilize it in that aspect. So it's like, what's the point of having all that? Excuse me, if you don't know how to use it. He's a wrestler at the heart. So I think his weight class is 155. There's no in between. He can't fight at 170. The same way Darren Till, his weight class is 170.
You can't fight.
Gastelum is the only guy, even though he takes L's, I still think Gastelum is a good 185er. He's not a champion at 185er, but he's a top contender. Top 15 guy. At 170, I think actually he would be a lot of trouble. He would be a little bit too big for a lot of them guys. I really solely believe Gastelum is just built the way he is. He can't get to 170. It's not even laziness, even though he may be lazy. But with Till, with Lee, y'all come on. Y'all got to work that, make that cut, because that's where y'all belong. That's the weight class y'all at. That's my opinion. That's what I think it is.
And you know it's crazy, bro. going down that, memory lane, I was just going through like Michael Bisping's record and shit. And it's just crazy because I seen the Dan Henderson. And I was just like, me and Darren really watched that whole fight because that's after you had got your shirt because he had just won the championship. He was like, damn, that shit crazy how that happened. And I remember we was watching that fight and it was like second round. We like, yeah, Bisping finna just win this shit. And then Dan Henderson came with that over the top right. Bam! We was like, oh shit. I mean, we was like, damn, this motherfucker might lose. And then Bisping survived a round. And then third round whooped his ass. We was like, okay, he's back in control.
He arguably lost that fight though.
Bro, but the fourth round, he got hit again.
That's what I was saying. He lost.
Again. We was like,
I feel like in reality, he lost the first round, the second round, and the fourth round. But he won the second and the fifth. But Dan Henderson was retiring. So, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So they just gave it. Because I'm like, you look at Bisping's face, bro. He was toe up. But it's just, I feel like he was toe
his
up.
overhead rights landed every time.
Every time. He was just like this. Because Dan Henderson was just getting pieced up. He like, damn, Dan is looking old out there. I'm glad he about to retire. He just, bam! Bisping just was out. We was like, oh, that was a crazy fight, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We used to watch a lot of crazy cards back then, bro.
Used to watch them religiously.
From the
That's what I'm saying, man.
They don't even know about the prelims game. I used to be like, bro, the cards are gone. Nah, man, I'm watching the prelims afterwards. Then we might have to switch up to the.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Real quick, I'm telling you, I've been saying it for a long time. BLAKGOOSETV TV family. I've been saying it for a long time. I've been saying we're gonna put some love into this channel. It's beginning. I'm telling you. I see him trying to put everything, certain days, times, episodes. But what's gonna come next is gonna be the interaction, the graphics. You know what I'm saying? So we can do it now from this joint. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, pulling. But everything I'm gonna start adding shit so we can have a lot more fun. You know what I'm saying? With just us going live and talking and all that type of shit, man. I'm telling you.
I agree, man. I'm gonna get like a camera. I'm gonna start making things look a little bit more presentable.
Yeah, like, same thing. I'm upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Because this is from this. You know this camera right here. This is from what?
You already know what my camera is.
4 years ago. So I'm gonna upgrade that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a specific light. You know what I'm saying? But also, what we record from or stream from on certain things, we'll be able to, just have a little bit more fun. You know what I'm saying? Have more fun with it, and also during the live streams, have more fun with it. Where we can get Zen to want to join on the Fluence lounges a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Get a solid make it happen. Because Fluence lounges, those be lit, especially on the right fight night, which we gonna be back for that this upcoming week. You know what I'm saying? Not the greatest fights in the world, not the greatest fights, by the way. Early, you know what I'm saying? Happy birthday to Pops, but not the greatest fights in the world. Anthony Smith, you know what I'm saying? Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann on the UFC side of the game, and then on the boxing side of the game, it was supposed to be Oscar De La Hoya versus Vitor Belfort.
Yeah, you see that Vander Holyfield? Like, what? That's a whole different opponent.
Now, it still makes me want to watch the card. It doesn't make me any less excited. Like, now I'd have been upset if, like, some, like, you know what I'm saying, some random dude just randomly stepped in. Then I'd have been upset.
Yeah, like somebody.
Like, I don't want to watch that no more. But Evander, I want to see Evander versus Vitor. Actually, I want to see that more than Oscar versus Vitor. Now, was this planned from the beginning? You know what I'm saying? Did they use? I know
COVID all of a sudden, huh?
Yeah, did they use Oscar's name to build the hype of the card, and then always plan to get Evander back in there so they can get some good numbers so they can try and get that Evander Mike Tyson fight? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking.
Hey, man. All I know is Oscar was going to get his ass whooped.
Yeah, I think so, too. Co-main event, Anderson Silva, Tito Ortiz. So I'm going to watch it. It's going to be trash, but I'm going to watch it.
Is John Jones retired, bro? Does he just
need to bro, he's coming back. Johnny Bones Jones. He said he's going to come back in 2022 when he's ready and it's significant. Have you seen him? Man, he's a big boy now, man.
Yeah, he's like a tank. He low-key. But I believed it because if you see his jeans, bro, his brother's 300, 270. Like, I'm like, I could believe that he could throw on some weight. But now is that going to be a benefit of him? Because it's like what you said. If you're going against other dudes that's naturally that big and you just get broken up, like Wilder, you said, like, how that didn't really benefit him. It's better him coming in 215, maybe 220 versus 232.
Well, what I'll give John Jones the difference is He's taking his time. He's allowing it to come on slowly. He's allowing himself to get used to it. That's the difference when we talk about a lot of guys like when Wilder, you know, he's like, just the next fight, I'm just going to come in heavier and I'm just going to see if I'm going to be able to be better. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel what you say. You're not comfortable at that weight. You're comfortable at 215. Though. You're like, I know exactly how I move with this weight. When you get that bulk, you're like, hold on. Like I'm kind of stiff right now. I don't know. Like, you know, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Or
it's like a Joshua, if he wanted to add on 15 pounds, he probably could do it because he's used to that type of weight on him already.
So bro, or who we just talking about? Where they were saying they took 2 years.
Oh, Kevin Lee.
Or we got the Kevin Lee side of the game. But the difference with that is Kevin Lee also came off of 2 knee surgeries. It's not like he was just getting used to the weight. He didn't have no choice but to sit out.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's that too. So, you know, we'll see. That'll be something new if we really see, you know what I'm saying? If John, I got faith in him because I'm like seeing what Gon was able to do or was able to do. It's like the only person who's an anomaly in the whole entire heavyweight division is Francis Ngannou. Because he might not have no type of fundamental skill, but like he's the Deontay Wilder of the UFC, basically. So it's like, are you going to be able to avoid getting touched?
And Stipe showed us that he has better ground takedown defense and probably has worked on his wrestling a little bit. I'm pretty sure he's still adding. But see, that's what's going to be interesting with the Gon. That's why I'm like, I don't even – like if I was a bettor, I'd be nervous betting on either one. Because I'm like, if you bet on Gon, that's not a bad bet because he's going to tap-toe his way through the fight. But it's just like, can he take a Ngannou punch? I don't know. I think a lot of dudes could probably take his punch, and they all didn't fail. So I don't know. But see, it's all going to be on Gon's discipline. Can he be disciplined for 5 straight rounds and not make no mistakes?
Well, we know he can. I think he can.
That's what I'm saying. So if he can't,
but
Gon
he's never won against someone like Ngannou, so that's a whole different thing.
Exactly.
What's going to happen
like
when
King
you
Kong.
accidentally
King Kong was undefeated. Not saying he's not a beast, but he was a beast. Nobody was trying to see them hands. And then he fight Wilder, and it was like, oh, somebody can beat him. Like, you know, nobody's ever since now, bro. I've not seen any other opponent, any Ruiz, what's his name, Derek Shore, Tommy Fury, anybody in that heavyweight division. I ain't not seen that one person be like, yo,
Tommy Fury, what?
I just said it then because I saw him talking shit to Jake Paul, but I'm just saying, I haven't seen nobody in that heavyweight division call out Ortiz. Wilder's the only person that took on that challenge. And I feel like because he knew he had that power to get that done. You know what I mean? No? Go ahead.
I agree with you to an extent.
So what do you disagree with?
I think people don't call out Ortiz if you're talking about a big name because it's too high of a risk and not much of a reward if you beat him.
But that's a for sure legit name you could put on your resume if you beat him, though. Like nobody's gonna knock
that. Who you is.
So, but that doesn't make sense to me because if we're talking about the art of boxing, everybody knows that
boxing politics. That's how.
See, you talk about boxing politics. I'm not talking boxing politics. I'm talking about if you really bout that. If your mouth is moving and saying what you're saying. Like so why the Wilder out of everybody do it then?
He did do it, but also you can say other heavyweights.
You said what?
I said he did do it, but you can say that about other heavyweights.
What you mean?
Like the same thing that you're saying about Wilder, you can say that about other heavyweights. They did the same thing.
What, called out certain people that other people didn't?
Yes. That's my point, but it all depends on who you think is dangerous and who you think is that dude and who you respect the most. It's because of boxing politics. That's also why boxing ain't got shit going on for the rest of this year. No disrespect to boxing, but
don't they have Kevin playing in Canelo?
Yeah, let's see if that ends up lasting. We was talking about that last night in the chat. We're like, let's see. There's probably 4 or 5 big fights coming up in boxing. Let's see if these motherfuckers end up landing. We got Canelo.
Joshua's for sure supposed to fight.
Usyk is Joshua's at the end of this month. Wilder, Fury, that's 3 right there. Y'all don't see me counting, but I'm counting. I'm missing one. Oh, if y'all want to say Jamal Herring versus Shakir Stevenson is one, you can take it. Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter is supposedly supposed to happen before the end of the year. Who am I missing? I'm missing. And Gervonta Davis is supposed to fight in December. And supposedly he's supposed to be fighting Rolly Romero. So that would be a great fight. So we have about 6 fights to look forward to by the end of this year. That's it. That's disgusting. So if you're a boxing fan, you are.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Huh?
Run, dry, run thin. It's disgusting.
Who's Gervonta supposed to fight?
Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero.
I don't know who that is.
He's a. Well, I won't say he's a beast, but he might be a beast. He's when he fights, it's vicious. He hits nasty. He got power.
So you think that would be bad for Gervonta?
Well, we'll see. No, we'll see if this fight really happens because they're both under TMT. So, it was ordered by the WBC.
It's not gonna happen.
It was ordered by the WBC though.
Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Fights are ordered. Listen, man, that man Charlo's been ordered to fight Canelo for years. That man still ain't fought that bad.
Chill. WBC never ordered Charlo to fight Canelo. Chill.
Yes, he did. He was the mandatory.
Mandatory is different from being ordered to fight. You can be a mandatory, but WBC won't order you to fight. That is a complete difference.
Yeah.
Don't be disrespectful to the sport. What's wrong with you, man?
All I know is Gervonta is a beast. And that man won me money. So shout out to Gervonta.
Shout out to Gervonta, man, all day, man. Shout out to it being Labor Day weekend, man. No day. Got a day off tomorrow, man. It's beautiful right there, man. Still putting in work, even regardless, man. What's good with it, man? What's new? Go ahead.
Let's break down that Deontay Wilder, man. I got to get to my guy before we get off on tangent.
Why are we going to talk about Wilder for? Oh, my bad.
What you mean? Because I seen a video of him in the leg and he was shadow boxing. He was just in there looking a little smoother. I'm just like, I'm wondering what you thinking, man. I know you coming in this unbiased. You've been on Fury before Fury was even big. You put me on Fury. I didn't know who that motherfucker was. He was like, bro, Tyson Fury, the best motherfucker heavyweight in the world. I was like, what? Who? He was like, bro, he's cold, bro. I'm like, let me see. Must have seen some of his film. I'm like, damn, he is kind of big. He be moving kind of swift for his height. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not too many people like that got that much hands for that size. So I'm like, what are you thinking, man? Because I'm like, he getting older. You see, eating good still. He's a big boy. Does he just give Deontay Wilder that work? Like everybody's saying that's gonna happen.
Well, if this fight really ends up happening, and I have strong suspicions it'll get delayed again, but if it really ends up happening, I got Wilder winning.
Oh, okay, that's an interesting response. I didn't expect
Wilder
that.
Winning in devastating fashion.
That's even more different from a response I thought you would say. What's devastating? What's going to be different? Why to this time around it's going to be more devastating?
I think the difference is going to be the circumstances. I think just the timing of what happened and how it all lined up. It was all for Fury and it was all against Wilder. And I don't mean that as an excuse. I mean that as you got to own up to your shit. You know, Wilder seemed indestructible up to that point. You know what I'm saying? He was knocking everybody out. Fury seemed like that as well, but then he had that little spell and he was going to come back. You know, Wilder was at the point where he was trying to fight Fury at that point just to add another name to his resume. So I think
I told y'all I was the coldest.
So I think he underestimated Fury at that particular time. And I thought he was gifted, you know, a draw. Kept the money in it. And I thought the second fight, regardless, with all the controversy, all the glove talk, all the other shit, blah, blah, blah. That's all good and dandy. But, you know, at the end of the day, we just got to go with who won. And Fury won.
He won in big time fashion, had the whole crowd on their feet.
And I thought,
Cinderella moment, if you say.
And I thought it all lined up.
Shocked the world to me. If you asked me, I was shocked. You see my face. If we got that stream up still, boy. You gonna see Chan like still
there. So let me say this real quick. And
to back what I'm saying is that when Wilder was fighting Fury in the first fight, for him to be gifted the draw, what that did for Wilder was it didn't allow him to go back to the drawing board and try and fix his mistakes. See what I'm saying? What ended up happening? He came out, he fought a Dominic Brazil, and he got a devastating KO in a fashion you would have never expected.
Yeah,
so what does that do? That boosts his ego, and there's no reason for him to fix his mistakes.
I see what you're saying. And now that he lost, he's like, damn, why did I get my ass beat like this? Even if all them circumstances, I shouldn't have got my ass beat like this. Like, I was out there looking like a joke. And I think what you were saying before is Malik Scott, because you're like, it's not about necessarily changing Wilder. Oh, go ahead if you want to interject.
Before we speed up to that, let's get to him going to the second fight with Fury.
All right,
so with his head being in that space, with his head saying basically, okay, look how all y'all have all this critique about what I'm doing wrong and how I'm this and I'm one-dimensional. It's still working. And it worked against the so-called best heavyweight in the division as well. I got to draw with him. And I feel like I should have won because the count was too slow. Went to the second fight. What did Fury do? Fury changed trainers. Regardless of what you want to say about Fury, Fury changed trainers and he changed game plan. Wilder did neither.
And he added more weight.
And he paid for it. Whether there was cheating involved or not, I think even if there was cheating, if all that cheating was taken away, he still would have lost.
Even if my thing is this, I'm like, to your point, he came in heavier and he had a heavy ass suit on. So not only are you gonna tire your heavier body out, you're not even used to your body yet. And then you're gonna tire it out before he even has a chance to even see what it's gonna respond to when it's in a fight, when it's in a war. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I agree with you saying, because I doubt he comes out with any type of suit. He might still come out with the mask, but I doubt he comes out with any type of crazy suit. I think it's going to be all business this time around with Wilder.
But even that, to move forward a little bit, what did Wilder do after losing in such devastating fashion?
He fired everybody and got new people.
He looked at okay, what am I doing wrong? All right, hopefully he took some accountability and he didn't put it all on, the people around him. Because sometimes it's on you. If you're saying you don't need to fix nothing, the people that you're paying, they're not going to try and fix it. So there's that. But, I think him hiring Malik Scott, we're going to see a difference. We're going to see a difference. I'm not saying it's going to be something where he's going to be boxing different or a whole new Deontay Wilder. We're not going to see that. We've seen Deontay, Wilder's too far in his career to change anything.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to attest to, because I'm like, it's not about, and that's what I was seeing when he was even in the lake. Because I'm like, before when I would see him and he would post up or there'd be anything, I don't feel like it was as fluid as I seen him in that. So I'm like you said, he might not come out saying I'm about to start coming out trying to give motherfuckers the 1, 2, 5, 3, combos, but he's gonna be more comfortable. So when he's in on that back foot, maybe the whole fight that he has to be, he like, don't be afraid to throw an uppercut here and there. Don't be afraid to throw a hook here and there. Don't think you got to just go like this the whole fight. I think that's what's going to help him more so, because Malik's going to show him like, okay, look, I'm 6'5" myself, so I'm not little. And then Fury's 4 or 5, 6 inch taller than me. So we got to get you comfortable in at least a fundamental, enough fundamental stance, if that makes sense. So we can make sure when you're in a certain position in the ring, you're not feeling like, I don't know what to do. Because Fury's good at footwork and he's good at tapping the ring off to where it's like, you have no choice but to kind of just, you feel me, run away. You know what I mean? But it's, it's going to be interesting though. It's going to be interesting what Wilder takes and adds to correct mistakes. Because like what you were saying is just, it seemed like he couldn't fight on the back foot, but I think it was more so he never had to fight on the back foot against somebody taller. He's always been the tallest guy. So I think that's what was the difference. He like, well, damn, like he low-key taller and got a little bit longer reach. And he's not necessarily trash. He's better than any other guy I probably fought as far as footwork. So I think all those components, you know what I'm saying, from at least the second fight, because like you said, the first fight was a draw, so he didn't think he lost. So he like, I won that motherfucker. So he didn't even see all the BS that he was already doing, like you said. And the Diamond Brazil, like, I told you I was cold. This is why I did it his ass last time. And when he played him the second time, you said the game plan changed. He's expecting the same type of fury instead of seeing, oh, this motherfucker got better too. You know what I mean? And while I was just,
go ahead.
You don't think so? Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I wasn't going against it. I think all of the points that you made were very valid. All of them were valid. My insight on it, what I think Malik Scott's going to do when it comes to Deontay Wilder, I don't think he's going to change anything necessarily of how he moves, how he throws. I don't even think he's going to do anything different. But what he is going to do is he's going to put something in his brain that he wasn't thinking about before when he was in the fight. And that and a lot of people think that's a little bit, but that's so substantial. So if you were only worried about this particular thing, thinking that you're able to get off what you feel like is your most dangerous weapon, usually if all that aligns, you'll be able to land that. But now if you're in a certain situation when that's all you're predicting or thinking about, and now there's all these other things coming out, you were deer in headlights. You feel me? So I think what Malik Scott is able to do is not only he's able to put him in a certain type of shape that we're not going to be used to Wilder being in, but reacting and being used to certain things that you want to see from most heavyweights. You know, in my opinion, if you watch Malik Scott, how he moves, his feints, his jab, all these different type of things, he's like a mini Tyson Fury. And a lot of people will be like, that's disrespectful, whatever it is. But I just mean in the fundamental side of the game. So Scott, go ahead.
No, my fault. I was just saying, like, it's kind of like at work. Like, if you have a boss that's telling you, and this is the pressure I'm saying Wilder was putting on himself, thinking one-minded. A boss telling you, get the sell. And all day, that's all you focus on is the sell. And you're not getting no sales, you're going to be like you said, deer in head, like, what the fuck is going on? Versus a boss that's like, hey, man, look, this game has highs and lows. Yeah. Just go in there and give your best pitch at all times. Okay. And as long as you keep at it, you're gonna have some success. As long as, you know what I'm saying, do whatever. And then you're in there not focused on necessarily selling. You're like, well, I'm just kind of trying to focus on this today. And then you just focus on that, and then tomorrow you're like, I'm going to focus on this today. And then eventually you just start adding it up, and then you're like, all right, I'm kind of figuring it out. It's less pressure. So I'm like, when, like you said, Wilder, he's going to be like, all right, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to work on just defense this round, or I'm going to just work on, you know what I'm saying, keeping them at the end of my jab. And you know what I'm saying? He's not even worried about the right, but then he's later in the fight, he's like, uh-oh, he's kind of being a little loose right here because I haven't really thrown this. All right, I'm going to start thinking about it now. But, you know, he wasn't focused on it the whole time. He's like, I see an opportunity now. Versus you're just waiting on, you're just like, I gotta land it. And then when Fury's just doing like this the whole fight and you can't land it, you just like, fuck, you know? Versus him throwing the thing, him getting there into the body a little bit, him switching it up 1, 2, 3, hitting him with an uppercut sometime, you know? Now he's like, all right, I have other things besides one.
So let me ask you this then. How you feel about the Anthony Joshua Usyk fight?
And it's crazy you asked me. I'm glad you asked me that because I was just talking to one of my homies and he was asking me because I was like, I think Joshua has this a lot. And he was like, are you for sure? And I was like, well, do you want to hear my points? Because, you know, everybody can say things but don't have no real, you feel me? We've been watching Joshua for a long time now, if you've asked me. It's been a good amount of minutes. You know, maybe you longer than me, but I've been watching, you know, we've been watching every Joshua fight. You know, we've been tuned in. So I was just saying, for Joshua, I think he's just going to win because it's going to be coming down to that Wilder Fury type of ideal. When I was saying, like, I'm like, it's two different dynamics because you don't have Usyk necessarily with that one punch power, but he was a cruiserweight his whole life and he was at a certain weight. So I'm like, now that he's going to heavyweight and he's fighting a guy that's been naturally 250, 260 this whole time, I'm like, and Joshua's actually good like this. He's up and down. He has good fundamentals. He's, you know, everything is just textbook how he fight. I think over the later round is going to wear on Usyk. And when he sees that he's not necessarily going to even be able to wear Joshua down, because Joshua has good cardio, if you ask me, for the size he is. He doesn't necessarily gas out as easy as you think he might. You know, you think he might be a 5-rounder guy, you know, but he actually can go 12 rounds, you know. And we've seen him do it multiple times against.
I think it depends on how he fights.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, I don't think he's gonna take Usyk lightly. So I think in the UK is where everything he's comfortable with. So I'm like, that I feel like is gonna at the end play on Joshua. I think he's gonna knock him out later in the rounds, like 10th, 11th, somewhere around there. Just because he's gonna be that bigger boy, they might get in some clinching work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Joshua might hit him with an uppercut, bang. Like, I just feel like Usyk hasn't faced a guy with power like Joshua because he's been at cruiserweight, and I feel like he's just been the best at that weight. Like, nobody's been able to really just give him some smoke. And I feel like this is an experienced guy that's been in the ring with warriors. That's just my opinion.
So if you want me to be 100 with you, I don't agree with everything you say. Look, man. Let's say this. I know this isn't a fair comparison. This isn't the same thing, but Usyk did beat Joe Joyce in the Olympics, right?
Okay.
Way back when. Way back when. Amateurs. Joe Joyce was a bigger fighter, right? Joe Joyce is a lot slower than Joshua, but he is bigger than Joshua. He has a better chin than Joshua. He hits harder than Joshua, but he's not as fast as Joshua. That's the only thing he doesn't have against Joshua, and he doesn't have better footwork than Joshua. So all I'm saying is Usyk fighting Joshua, what he is going to have to figure out in his camp, being a superior boxer. How am I going to be able to cut the ring off effectively where I'm going to be able to also get on the inside and counter off of these long shots that Joshua is going to give me? Because it's going to be hard for me to see Joshua not respecting Usyk. That doesn't make any sense to me.
That's what I'm saying. He's going to respect him. That's what
So if Joshua's going to respect him, then most likely he's going to be on his bicycle. He's going to fight him similar to the way he fought Joseph Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to the way he fought Andy Ruiz in the second fight.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's not going to fight him like he fought Pulev.
No.
He's not going to fight him the way he fought Dillian White.
No.
So him fighting that way, that means Joshua is saying, I'm going to be able to outbox you, Usyk. I'm the better boxer than you.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be 100. Do you believe he's a better boxer than Usyk?
Honestly, like I said, it's going to go later into those rounds, and it's just going to wear down Usyk. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm like, they're all older. You know what I mean? What Usyk did back then, he was younger. You know what I mean? I'm like, he got older, and I'm like, Usyk necessarily has. How old is he?
33, 34.
He older than Joshua, right?
That's not that old, though.
I'm just saying he been boxing for a long time, bro. So I'm like, he's old in a sense of boxing, not necessarily probably life.
I'd be with you on this point if you were more so arguing that the fact that Joshua is just a bigger fighter than Usyk, the fact that he is a fundamental fighter similar to Usyk, and a lot of times when you're talking about matchups in boxing, if you have a fundamental fighter versus a fundamental fighter, usually God's gift in athleticism wins out. Because the fundamental fighter who knows how to use his range the same way the other fundamental fighter does, but he's shorter, they usually win.
Well, then you go then. I just think that weight is going to wear down on Usyk, and I think that Joshua is just going to eventually catch him in them later rounds.
Which is a valid point as well. I think that's a valid point as well. That's kind of, in a sense, saying the same thing in a sense. Mm-hmm. And if you want to be real, I'm doing all this. I'm arguing this. I agree. Like I have Anthony Joshua winning because I just think Usyk is just too small. Usyk doesn't have the power to hurt Joshua, but he does have the ability to outbox Joshua. But it's going to be hard for me to see him outboxing Joshua in his hometown. Also, not only that, I just don't see it happening. I think Joshua's biggest threat, other than Fury, is Deontay Wilder. And to all you haters out there, Joe Joyce. Y'all want to talk shit about Joe Joyce, but Joe Joyce has keep on proving you bitch niggas wrong. I've been talking about Joe Joyce for the longest. He keeps proving everybody wrong. He's slow. He has a terrible jab, but I'm telling you, that boy's chin and his power is ridiculous. He walks through anything.
Hey, you know what's really crazy? Like right now, we should be talking about Big Baby Miller somehow, some way. But yeah, he is not in the discussion.
He's coming back next year, though.
But it's just crazy to me because it's just so much delay. Like he's on some like Adrian Broner, but it's like even I can't even say that because at least AB had 4 titles at one time. So I'm like, I can't even say that. I'm just like, man, Big Baby Miller, man, that was your guy.
I would still be rooting for him too, but he's just out of the game. But I'm like, he's supposed to be back next year. His suspension is probably supposed to be up in like February or something like that.
I'm just like, man, he got to be weak now, man. I just don't see how his body's just going to, like, if he has to stop all that stuff he was doing, like, I just don't think he got it no more, bro.
You think he just got overblown? Like he became a balloon?
It's just that Joshua fight was his only opportunity to really be like, all right, I'm going to show the whole fight game where I'm at. You know what I mean? He could have been that Andy Ruiz. He could have been that, oh, shit, he got him. You know what I mean? That could have been his moment. But instead, he got popped, and you see the rest is history. So it's just sad because I'm like, I don't think Big Baby Miller wasn't not a good, he could have been a prodigy. He could have been a champion. He could have actually shook up the heavyweight division, adding that extra
He
guy.
still has a chance to get one shot, but I don't think he's going to win, but he still has a chance to get one shot. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's just like his best bet right now is to try to fight Andy Ruiz or something like that. Try to get somebody.
He's gonna have to make when he comes back. He's gonna have to fight someone significant.
Or Kong. If he fights Luis Ortiz, he's gonna get some numbers. People gonna tune into that. People gonna
I would respect that if he did that.
You know what I mean? Like that's because like nobody's gonna do that. But like if you want to resurrect your career and you beat Luis Ortiz, motherfuckers gonna have to be like, well, shit, you beat the boogeyman? Okay, there's only been one person to do that. You know what I mean? And we know who that is. So it's like
you have to back. Be able to. He take a significant name. He beats them. Then you can't ignore Big Baby.
He's back.
Regardless of the PED shit.
Exactly.
That's how it goes, though.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Nobody talk about Canelo at all. You know, I like Canelo, but, I got to address that shit, man.
But wait, let's well, who you got to Canelo versus Caleb Plant?
Like I was telling the homie, man, Canelo the best. He's just the best. He ain't gonna lose to them. The fact that I keep telling him like this, the fact that man went all the way up to another man's division, putting on all that weight, and won the belt from that man and knocked him out, basically. Made him just say, I'm done. Like, he the best, man. I'm sorry.
Well, they say that Caleb Plant is working with Andre Ward.
Doesn't matter.
Ward!
Yeah. There's nothing Andre Ward can do for that man for him to beat Canelo.
Andre
That's all I'm saying.
Ward!
Andre Ward's best bet in him helping his fighter is him going to fight that man after his
That's what they saying. Hey, look, real quick. While we doing this, because I'm feeling good right now. I'm at that peak. By the way, Liddy. Look. Okay, look. First and foremost, I'm going to get better at naming these podcasts. Okay? I understand that it all comes down to the algorithms, and I've been putting Fluence Zien and naming it random, so we're not getting a lot of people coming up in here. But from now on, I'm gonna make sure I name them exactly what I'm thinking in my head. So we got to put the name in there so we get people. But and I know Sunday is new. Sunday is new. Y'all used to do. I was doing it Friday. You know what I'm saying? We was in here Friday. Y'all would join. That's nothing. That is why I chose Friday too, because I know motherfuckers be lit Friday. But Sunday's new, so. We're gonna have to get this up in here. It's all good. Much love to everybody. But so we're gonna get all that up on the side of the game. But we also, as we move on and we continue to do this, we're gonna get segments as well. We're gonna get segments up in this bitch.
Segments, okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to start figuring out some segments or something we could do. I'm thinking like something like a nigga find a new song, a new artist, something like that. I don't know.
Wow. Ain't gonna be too many artists you find from me, so that's gonna have to be your round.
Okay, so okay. All right.
We don't have to be like people, man. I don't know, top 5 funniest videos you saw this week or something. Or something,
and that's why we're gonna add new things up in here, because we're gonna be able to with the StreamYard. We'll be able to actually pull that up and let the people see it while we still on going.
Yeah, I seen Kwame doing that.
Yeah, so we gonna have to do that. We gonna have to add all that in. We're gonna add all that in. at all of the individuals, everything, the internet, no lag. We gonna improve this. We gonna have some fun with this. We gonna have some. We'll keep it pushing. But how you feeling, Zen, man? I don't want to keep you nothing. But you was talking about. That's what I wanted to say. You was talking about you had a crazy ass food earlier. Made your day. What you gonna eat again? You had anything in mind, man? What's the food
Honestly,
side?
bro, I don't know, bro. I be eating like one time a day. I don't know. Something off with me. Something wrong with me. Maybe something wrong with me. I don't know. I just be eating.
You know, you
like
can't say
time.
that because I eat one time a day, but during the weekend, that's when I splurge because I do my cardio days, 2 days, 2 times a day, baby. So I ate earlier. You're not gonna eat at night. You ain't finna eat again.
I mean, I might if I get anything. I might go to Jack's and go get that good little teriyaki bowl. Try to eat healthy. I really don't be trying to go to these fast foods and be getting that junk. I be trying to get like salads or something. Maybe if they got a nice little sandwich or something. Like, I don't know.
Man, I be trying to do it.
My stomach be jacked up some days, man. I just be hating that feeling in the morning. Like this is just too much to get into the room. And then you gotta go to work after that. When
I went through my little moment, I had a little moment when I was going through my healthy phase. And the only reason I was going through that moment because I had a little help with it. But I was going through my healthy phase. I was eating all the good shit. I never felt better. I didn't have any stomach problems. I was shitting 3 times a day.
You probably ate food. Your stomach wasn't bloated. You just felt like good.
Never. You know what I was eating for lunch? Salad.
Probably some good chicken.
Had some protein nuts with some grilled chicken. Brown rice up in there. Deviled eggs. It was absolutely amazing. Broccoli, whatever it was amazing. I had a protein spoon. I always felt amazing. And at night, I would eat salmon. I would eat nice salmon with some brown. That was the good days, baby. Now it's just me, myself, and I ain't finna cook nothing. So I'm finna get this DoorDash. So I'm trying to figure out what I want. And I got food up in there. I got food in the fridge from shit I ordered earlier, but that shit was trash. So I didn't eat all of it. Yeah, man, that's a single life right there. That's the only thing. That's the one thing. If I were to say anything about missing a woman, the cooking side of the game.
Yeah, that shit is missed, bro. Because I remember the only girl used to be cooking, bro. She had these pulled pork sandwiches full. I was like, yo, like the bun was like buttery and toasted and everything, bro. I was like, yo, this is so fire. She said, oh, I have so much. You can go get as much as you want. She made salads, some rice. I was like, yo.
You want to know some shit that's about to blow your mind? PG, bruh. I gotta hold on. Damn, I just fucked my shit up. See, that's how you know I was about to be fired.
You stupid.
No, I fucked my headphones up. Hold on, people. But hey, PG, back in the day, boy, I got an air fryer in there. I don't use it none myself, but back in the day, she used to fuck that thing up.
PG,
telling you, the sauces.
Oh, okay.
Bro, the sauces with the wings, some of the craziest shit I would ever eat in my life, bro. I'm telling you. Breaded. Like she would do grill with the sauces, whereas it's naked with the sauces. But then she'd also do breaded. The breaded was crazy, bro.
Oh, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, fool. Like once they gone, you like, dang.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, that fridge get empty.
I ain't got shit in my fridge, but from restaurants and shit like that.
Bro,
that's all I order. That's all I eat. That's why I be trying to get in this goddamn cardio, because I'm like, I can't get no belly because I'm eating all this shit. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat tonight.
Bro, the homie, every time I go to his crib, I just go in there thinking he might got some food, bro. All I see is that big ass water jug he got up in there, bro. That little filter water shit. I be like, damn. I used to be up in here, but it used to be fruits and berries and nuts and all types of shit up in there, boy. You could just go in there and like, bro, it's crazy. But now you right. That's like the best, because I love food. So you know me. Chandler, you want this dessert? I just was making it. Yeah. Bring that thing over here. Even if it didn't taste the best, I didn't give a damn. I'm like, hell yeah, girl, we eat all this up. You know how that goes. Munchies is real.
I'm telling you, my nigga, different. Shit get different real quick, but you know, gotta get used to it. Sometimes it's better though that way. For me, it's better.
I just want to tell everybody in this stream, if you got a real one out there, go ahead, salute that motherfucker. If not tonight, tomorrow, not tomorrow. Whenever you can get that motherfucker text messages off or that call, or if you can meet up with that motherfucker, tell that motherfucker you fuck with that nigga and you appreciate that motherfucker. But I appreciate this motherfucker right here, man. I appreciate that motherfucker. That motherfucker be motivating me, man. I be listening to some old shit from this motherfucker when he made some shit like way back in the day. Y'all know motherfuckers don't even know. That motherfucker is motivational right there, boy. I'm trying to tell you, boy. Go listen to his last track. If you want any motivation, boy, because that right there, that was inspiring to me. I was like, this joint fire. Salute. You got a track coming out this week? Nah, it's next week, huh?
No, it's this weekend.
Hey!
Come out with that track coming. We have a lot of fire in the motherfucking pit. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. We have so much fire in the pit.
Hey, bro, if you ever want, like, you want to like get a song or like, cause I have some, remember all them songs I recorded on the thing. You could just, you feel me? If you ever just wanted, you feel me? Cause I left the verses for you them a long time ago, but it's up to you, feel me? I don't care. At least them joints you want to hop on one day to see what that shit talking about. And it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna let y'all know, man. Check them Fluence shit, man. He's going crazy. The motherfucker doing his thing in the been there, man.
Look, let me just say this: I'm like, I know about it all. It's like what I'm trying to do, because I'm like, when it comes to the social media side of the game, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's like you might think you talented or you is or you not. It don't matter. None of that matter. If you don't know or you don't figure out how this shit work, it's just like shit just get lost in the dust. And so like what I realized with this is like, one, it's like if you're not putting, and this is with anything, if you're talking about investments, like if you're not putting no money into it, if you're not willing to put time into it, nothing's gonna come from it. So it's like one, time and consistency has to come first, right? Second, now organization, order has to come. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, certain days, I'm like, okay, we're not doing Fridays, let's do it Sundays now. And I'm like, Sunday we can stick with it, because I'm like, that's how people's gonna be able to with this particular. Because I'm like, no, motherfuckers was watching Fluence Lounge, they watching that because I'm watching fights, and niggas can't watch the fights. So it's like maybe I'll say what's going on. They're not gonna come over to this. This is motherfuckers fucking with the channel. So it's like, okay, they gotta know exactly when they supposed to watch it, when they can catch it. But then as it goes on, improve everything about it. Sound, picture, Wi-Fi, all of it.
And
have
interactive go, shit. Bro, if you want, bro, like even during the week, because I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, I learned it this weekend. I'm gonna just explain it. Shout out to my boy B. I'm about to just shout him out, man. If anybody out there know him, he goes by Cam Bev. But anyway, I was watching him because he does all this editing stuff for like, pro athletes and stuff. And it's crazy because I'm like, if you're looking outside, looking in, you're like, damn, that man's living life. He's traveling. He's doing all these other things. But I was, he fucked with me. I went to his apartment or whatever. And, we was just chilling, like not trying to just, display what he got going on in there. But I'm just like, I seen the work and the time he has to put in. And he's telling me, how much he's making and stuff. I'm like, damn, bro, that's good. But I'm also thinking like, damn, you also are putting out all that time and sacrifice for that. So you can't necessarily even savor that or even feel good in the moment that you are making that, because you're like, I got something to do tomorrow. Like, I can't give me that shit here. We got to, we on the next thing. So it's just like I say that to say this, like, even weekly, like I could just be like, yo, even if we on the fly, we, everybody got their own days. I'm like, yo, I was thinking about these thoughts for the podcast, the topic, or, even the title, we could say this week we're going to talk about woo woo. And then, we can always venture out to other things because, one thing can lead to others. But I'm just like, start having ideas. Okay, what segments, what type of segments we want. Maybe we have some clips on our Instagram, bless you, that we want to show. We just like, hey, yo, like, check that shit real quick, bless you. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm like you said, it's consistency, but it's like we also got to put that time and then eventually, like you said, upgrade, put the money into it, really put the equipment in. Because once you have all of it, now your foundation. Now you have everything you need to keep going forward. You know what I'm saying? It's like Gillian Kid. Now $1 million worth of game. Where they started and what they got now, everything is different. Everything's changed. The vibe, everything is different to me. I feel like, and this is no disrespect to what they're doing, I feel like they're just on a bigger platform now. So maybe they have different people saying shit. But I felt like the $1 million worth of game, I don't want to say it wasn't more genuine, but I liked them better when they was in Dev Studio, in my opinion. I liked how they was really focused on trying to give that game in a sense and not necessarily be just cool with people or have people that are hot or popping just on your show and y'all just vibing, going down memory lane. Cause I'm like, I feel like Gillie and them was just a little different. Not saying what they, like I said, not what saying what they doing now ain't good. I'm just saying they had the $7 million worth of game. They went into the things. Ooh, now I just feel like they're like low key a rap, all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? But before, I feel like it was more so really trying to give games to the youngin, and it had a certain type of style to it. You know, they still open up with the song, but I could be just, you know.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Let me touch on a couple things that you were saying, because you had a lot. You packed in a lot right there.
My fault, bro.
So let me tell you, you good, man. Let me touch on a couple things. First, when it comes to the work, you know, when he's talking about a dude who just work, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you can't. That's how it is, man. It don't ever stop either. It don't matter. Like, it's a yin and a yang to everything. That's what I'm learning. I'm like, when you start achieving the goals that you always thought that when you achieve them, okay, everything gonna be different, or you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be able to feel this type of way. You're gonna be on that. The yang comes. Something comes that you don't even expect. Yeah, you have to deal with, and you like, damn, I didn't even expect to deal with this when I was at this certain. So it's like, it all depends on what type of personality you are. But a lot of times, you know, like me, my, you know, keep going, just, you know, you gotta work through it, but you still gotta deal with it how you deal with it. So basically, what I'm saying is, when you were speaking on that gentleman, yeah, I'm like, if you working and you love it and you enjoy it, even if it's something you didn't even expect to love, but you see where the bag is at, a lot of times you're not gonna be worried about just chilling and being like, I'm gonna take time off and I'm gonna enjoy this. Like, you're gonna be moving. You're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what I can do. Let me see the more I can get. Couple, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you feel like you got a limited time. You know what I'm saying? And so I respect that. And then we was talking about what would you end with? What would you saying you end with?
I was just saying, talking about that, and then, damn, I low-key forgot right now. Hold on, let me think about it.
Man, you was talking about some shit.
Oh, like, you know what I'm saying, doing that, like, you know what I'm saying, putting the time in, and then also, dang, bro, I low-key, dang, I low-key forgot.
Off of just that, you know what I'm saying, you got work. I wish you could remember what you were saying at the end, because I'm like, I'm gonna touch on that.
I'm gonna look it up right now, bro. I'm gonna just look at the stream low key right now.
I said I wanted to touch on that as well. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it goes sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta deal with it, man. So listen to people, man. We've been streaming for a little bit Sunday night. Happy Labor Day weekend to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We trying to stay up to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Trying to stay good. Look, I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Way I've been feeling lately, man. Life has been up and down, right? But you gotta stay solid, man. You gotta stay saluting. You gotta stay, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stay, you know, cruising. You know what I'm saying? For real, you gotta stay focused on what you're trying to get.
That's what I was saying. Adding on to the channel, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I can hit you weekly.
Oh yes, absolutely. And then picking back off what you said for adding on to the channel and all the things you were saying for that, like, yeah, we're gonna be doing all that. I'm like, that would be, especially for this podcast, that would help for titles and having certain topics that we are gonna have, because we could put that for the titles, and you know, the titles is what gets everybody, you know, get you an algorithm.
Because also what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like
tags.
I'm trying to like work with Walter, start, you know, his kind of get his clothing line, you know, back up, try to help him with that. So I'm like, what I'm trying to do right now is trying to really make myself busy in multiple avenues, but it's all gonna lead to hopefully a good solution. Like you said, you know, might still have to yang with it, but still get to that, you know, brighter goal. So I'm like, if I can do that with you, weekly tapping with you, then tapping with him, trying to figure out market, what we can really try to do. And then, you know, staying on, you know, with the other shit, you know, music, whatever, you know, the hoops, whatever, you know what I'm saying? All that focus, I'm like, I'm not looking at no too much sleep. You know what I'm saying? If I get sleep, fine. But, you know, if I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm kind of looking towards. Cause I'm like, at this point, man, it's like, you know, trying to just get it, man. That's all I'm trying to tell y'all out there, man. I'm just trying to get it, man. Like, I just feel like this talk at one point got to stop, and it's just got to just be that consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, nobody got to tell you to go wake up, go run your mouth. You just do that shit. You know, so there's nobody, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's the same thing with this. Like, we should just fuck it. Like, I gotta just be on it and hold myself to it, because I'm like, how can I expect something in a result, but I'm not putting in that work dedicated?
Just remember, the most successful motherfuckers come from this shit from being observant and studying and taking the information. So taking the information, don't just go on the impulse because you want it, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Right. Listen, whatever you're trying to do, listen to people who've done it already, who've been successful in it. Listen to that. Take those gems and then utilize that, because that's where it comes from, man. That's what I'm learning, man. That's all that advice. All the advice I've taken from people who've done it better than me is paid off for me. Even at times I ain't want to listen to motherfuckers. Oh man, that shit's paid off for me. So it's like, don't ever be too egotistical where you're not willing to listen, even though that person has done it. Even though you like, fuck that person, I'm better than them, whatever you want to think. If they done it, listen, because they know something you don't know, because they done it. Even if you don't want to hear it out, I'm telling you.
It's because when they was doing it, they might have learned something on the fly, and they was like, damn, I didn't even know that, but luckily enough to still finesse and get it done, whatever the case was. So it's like you said, they know something.
Not even that. I'm like, their daddy might have taught it to them. Saying someone close might taught it to them. It's just sometimes most times you know what you know, and someone else knows what they know. You feel me? And so if you get entering into a field, especially when it comes to money, as a young black man, people know a lot more than you do. It just is what it is. That's what we've been born into and bred into. So, there's a lot of hoorah and shit, but don't be afraid to just listen. And that doesn't mean motherfuckers is telling you strictly to your face. You might be over there, you know what I'm saying, over getting you some water, and they might be in the office talking, but you can hear them. If you feel like it's some game that you can apply to yourself, nigga, listen, nigga, ain't nothing wrong with it. That's how I go. Like, nigga, don't ever be scared to get that information.
I hear you. That's good right there, man. I'm glad you interjected that. You feel me? Because it might have been somebody like, someone in the same kind of type of mindset I'm in that might not, you feel me, have thought about that in the process of what they want to get done.
Let's think about it. Think about it. If you're around your boss or whoever you want to talk about, and you on the phone with your mom, or you on the phone with your girl, you on the phone with your bro, when you're talking wild, or if it's some shit you just really speaking about, you don't think they're eavesdropping?
For sure.
All right, then. So I'm like, if you hear some shit, you like, okay, I didn't know stocks move that way. I didn't know you trade that way. I didn't know real estate worked that way. Listen. You never know what comes out of it. Perceive. Be perspective. You know what I'm saying? You use your mind, man. How you feeling though, young Zay? How you feeling tonight, man?
I mean, you already know I'm feeling good. But I mean, it's up to you, man. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? After, we get off this, I'm just probably go walking. You feel me? Clear the mind. That's what I've been doing lately, though. It's crazy. Like, some people are not fortunate enough to, be able to walk in their neighborhoods. And if you feel like y'all not safe enough to do that, don't do that. But, you feel me? I just feel like sometimes just walking, you know what I'm saying? Just, you feel me? Just, I don't know. It just helped me. You feel me? Because sometimes, I don't know, I just been having a lot of anxiety. Like, I feel like my just chest and just everything. I just feel like, I just think, because I saw a tweet from Dan, and he was saying something like, I'm paraphrasing, but it was something like, don't be too hard on yourself because you're not where you at, or you're not where you think you should be, or something along those lines. And I was just like, damn, like, because, I'm getting older, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm putting pressure on myself, but at the same time, I have to still be realistic with what, what I'm saying, what's kind of going on too. But I don't know. I just feel like walking be helping me. So.
Walking is beneficial, man. However you can clear your mind, clear your mind.
Some people run. Right now, I'm kind of injured, so I can't really run. But, yeah, walking is the next best thing.
I personally feel like however you can get it, you can get it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's exercise, whether it's just sitting down, meditating, going outside, drinking, smoking. I don't care what the fuck it is. Deal with life how you gotta deal with it, man. Because life deal with you how they want to deal with you. So Don't think too much into it. How you dealing with it? That's how I feel about it.
Wise word.
So,
facts.
what I'm gonna do though, like, let's not drag this out too much. I think this was a good podcast. This was a good episode. Remember, Fluence and Zens every Sundays from here on out. Y'all make sure y'all motherfucking join us. And I'm telling y'all, you're gonna see the improvements from here on out, man. I appreciate everyone who joined, came in. A little different from Friday night. Friday night's a little bit more lit. Get a little bit more comments on the side of the game. This is the first Sunday.
It's cool though, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knew we was kind of gonna go this Sunday. Probably was still living for Friday, so they're like, "What's happening Friday?" So it's all good.
So yeah, so
y'all check out that song too, man. Y'all go check out that track, man. It's gonna be hot. I'm already knowing.
And you'll see, and, you know, we'll see. We'll keep doing this for Sundays, and we'll keep going. Consistency is the goal, man. I appreciate everybody up out here, man. Real quick, let's do the real run through. Next Saturday, we're doing Fluence Lounge. That's gonna be hidden. This particular Friday, I'm not sure if I'm gonna drop anything, but I do want to start putting something in that Friday slot for the channel. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm just not sure what it is. It's gonna be Fluence Sunday this Sunday coming up, so we're gonna be dropping some music, and we're gonna come back with Fluence and Zen. We got another episode coming, so I'm telling you, I'm trying to show love. I'm trying to keep things consistent, man. We're trying to do things a little bit different on this channel, a little bit more organization, a little bit more, spectaculation.
If anything, bro, if you want, bro, like Fridays, we can kind of just do like a hype card. Like we call it the hype card. Like even if it ain't hype, but that's what we call it, the hype card. You feel me? And like talk about something. You feel me? Hype card or just the hype. We just put the hype on Fridays or something. It's just like whatever was anticipated for the week, and we just hyping it up. Whether it's a song, music, whatever, we can just hype that shit up.
We're gonna figure something out because I want Friday. I want there to be something for that Friday slot because I'm like, might as well, because I'm like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday having something for all those slots. That would be beautiful. Keeping this consistency up and then slowly, you know, improve the quality, the audio quality and the video quality. So we gonna get there though. Salute to you, Zen. I might hit you up after this thing, but all right, we gonna get up out of here. This is episode 3. Make sure y'all like, y'all subscribe. The like button's over. Hold on, it's way over there.
It's on your lap.
That way. So make sure y'all hit that. Get us in the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. This is the 3rd episode of 100 million of them motherfuckers. So salute to y'all. We up out of here. Much love.
Right here. Salute.